Good morning, everybody. I am Anchorhaven and I'm here in the UK. Welcome to my channel. And on this channel, we look at all things mystical wellness, all things hidden, esoteric, covert programs, military abductions, secret space programs, super soldier programs, and strange things like clones and stargates and time travel, and all things wonderfully mystical wellness. So thank you for joining me. Thank you for watching this back on the replay as well. Please do put comments below if you're watching on the replay. I do try and respond to pretty much all the comments if I can, so I really appreciate it. Thank you. So it is 5:21 a.m. here in the United Kingdom. I'm in the Liverpool City region and it is dark outside right now. So I'm just waking up. I've had a very strange couple of hours sleep. I've been writing a book about my experiences, and I spent a little bit too long yesterday in one of my experience memories, and it scared me. So I couldn't sleep afterwards as well. So, thank you for joining me. No matter where you are in the world, I hope you are okay. Once everybody gets here, we will have a theme for the day. I've got the Akashic Oracle cards today. I am an Akashic Oracle Weaver. I work with a specific deck by Marina the Soul Alchemist, and this is my professional reading deck. So, if you were to find me at an event, at a show, it is the Akashic Oracle that I would be working with. And these cards help me to have a look in your timeline and see what energies are impacting you right now. So we look to see what messages, what themes, what energies are coming forward from the past, present, future, or parallel in your timeline that is having a deep effect on what you're going through right now. And if it's unwanted energy, then we will work to clear that out together. I work with a pendulum. I do pendulum alchemy so that I can make ripples and waves in your timeline. So this is my pendulum. This is the Asclepius pendulum with the staff of Moses. And this is a brass heavy pendulum specifically designed for timeline work. For working in the Akashic Records. So the Akashic Records are a fifth dimensional space that holds everything about you and your soul's journey through all of your many lifetimes. So everything has its own Akashic record. We also have shared Akashic records with things. So you and your home will have an Akashic record. You and your business, you and your best friend, and so everything has a shared Akashic record. So I'm going to pull some Akashic record oracle cards today, just to have a look and see what we should be focusing on, or if there's anything that we need to release. We'll see how we feel. This is generally the kind of reading that I say for a personal private reading, so we can really go deep and have a look and see. In a private reading, we generally do like a 9-card reading, or plus I do a 5-card elemental spread as well, but today we're just going to be doing 1 or 2 cards. But in a personal reading, we go one-on-one with me. We would look and see, messages, themes, and energies. We would have a look at the next 3 months. We'd have a look at superpower, opportunities, limitations. We'd have a look at the overall outcome. We would go so deep and see what's going on in the world. I am starting to get more and more people ask me questions about the covert military abductions and things like that. Oh, Aussie Jake, you're the first person to comment. Thank you for joining me. How are you? G'day, the best YouTuber in the world. Wow, I really appreciate that. Thank you. Dude, I'm trying. I'm giving it a good go. Wow, good morning. You're going to have a bong today, my best friend. Oh, thank you for showing up. Unfortunately, I'm addicted to the Pepsi, and I've just rolled it across the floor. So I'm waiting for it to settle down before I can have my pick me up of the day at 5:24 a.m. here in the UK. But it's great to see you, and you always make me laugh. You always make me smile. And I like that. So that's really awesome. Thank you. Yeah, so hopefully more and more people start coming in. It is a bit early. I'm just going to do the rattle. Oh. So yeah, I'm a bit. I haven't had a lot of sleep because I was working on writing a book, which I've already written. I've already written a full book, and I'm still working on it. Oh no, you're awesome, dude. You are awesome. And but I was actually writing about an experience I'd had in Australia like 20 odd years ago, and it was a bit of an abduction experience. That's the only way to explain it. But the more I kind of think about it and go into it, I'm thinking, is this even in this timeline? Is it even is it in this reality? And I actually scared myself a little bit, thinking, my God, is this like a portal experience? And the more I'm thinking it back, I'm reliving this experience in my mind, and I scared myself. I scared myself. So it's quite hard writing a book, when you've got these experiences. Yeah, I don't know. Don't really want to think about them, and then you think, well, I'm not going to put them in a book. Are you getting paid for stream? Yeah, no, I am not. No, I need to get to 1,000 subs. Yeah, and then I can get monetized. So no, I just do this because it's great getting up at 5 a.m. trying to reach my audience, which is mainly in America and Australia. So yeah, it's awesome. Nope. So yep, I do this for free. That's why all tips are greatly appreciated. PayPal.me/Anchorhaven. If my work has helped you in any way, then you can always just send me a small donation. If you'd like to book in with me for a one-to-one consultation or reading, you can do that at anchorhaven.co.uk. If you are on your journey of deprogramming yourself from the matrix and you're discovering that you have memories that do not fit into this reality, that perhaps you are a military abductee, perhaps you are a super soldier, then you can also head to my debrief page where there's a lot of free information on there at anchorhaven.co.uk/debrief. So we are in the business of finding each other and deprogramming each other, shaking each other out of the matrix. That's what we do here at Anchorhaven. So my voice is activating. So hopefully we'll be waking people up. Yeah. Hey, Sophie Lou, good morning. Thank you for joining me. So I will be pulling some cards. I'm just waiting for moderators to come in. And if moderators don't come in, then I can't pull any cards because otherwise I'll get distracted too easily. So let me know what time it is, where you are in the world, and how you are feeling today. It is Tuesday, Wednesday. It is Wednesday. It's Wednesday where I am at 5:27 a.m. It's Awakened Wednesday. Good day. How you going? That's my Aussie accent for Aussie Jake. How you going? So, has anybody had any unusual experiences lately? I've been writing my book, which is coming along quite quickly, actually, which is good. But I have too many experiences in my book, so I've had to start writing a second book. I'm okay. I just scared myself reliving one of my experiences in the night. So I kind of shook myself around. Oh dear. Oh dear. I'm going to pull a collective card in a second. But yeah, so I've been thinking about the things that have happened to me in the last 25 years to get me to the point of this last year when my whole awareness just opened up and I realized I had lots of memories that were hidden from me, experiences that didn't make sense, and that there was somebody missing from my life. Who I reconnected with this time last year, which is amazing. You can go to my Anchorhaven Origins playlist if you'd like to know more about me and the weird and wonderful things we get up to here at Anchorhaven. So I've got the Akashic Oracle with me today. This is my professional card deck. So when I go to events or do one-to-one consultations, this is my timeline deck. So I'm looking to see what energies, what messages, what themes are coming forward from your Akashic Record Keeper guides. So we all have an Akashic Record library. That is the fifth dimensional space where all the information about you is held. And you can think of it like a sanctuary. So there's when we take journeys, which I do on a Saturday on one of my evening groups, I guide people into their Akashic records and we go on a vision quest, a visual journey, and I guide people to see their Akashic records as a library. So we open the door, we walk in, there's windows on one side, there's doors on the other side, there's a long table in the center. with a present lifetime book. Yeah. And we can look around and we can meet our guides, we can meet our higher self, we can do whatever we want to do in that Akashic record sacred space, basically. So if we want to go in there for healing, we can do that. If we want to go and get like a sword of truth, we can do that. Whatever we want to do, we can do that through the Akashic Records portal, basically. So I'm going to pull a collective card, thinking about the world right now and what kind of energies might be coming in. Hello, Sophie. Hello. I see you. What kind of energies might be coming in to the collective energy field? That is something that the Akashic guides want us to know. We're all going through a major growth and up level. So this is a planetary wide message that we are going through growth and up level. So when we go through changes, when we make a change, it's uncomfortable. We're literally breaking through. We are breaking through right now. So this is a message for everybody watching live or on the replay. Just know that you are having an impact on the world, that there is growth, there is up level, there is change. This is the collective energy field right now. Okay. So growth and up level. So it's, see the number 14? So 1 and 4 is 5. 5 is all about change. Yeah. So when you see 555, you know it's all about change. So it doesn't matter where you are on your spiritual journey right now, you are having an up level. And this is for the full planet. Mother Earth, she's having an up level, right? So this is just tuning into our collective Akashic records here on planet Earth, or surface planet Earth, as Breakaway Ray says. Yeah, so that is an overall message there. So using the Akashic records. I know you said hi. Sophie, if you don't stop saying hello and hi, I'm going to think that you're a bot and I'm going to ban you. Right? So let me know where you are in the world, what time it is. Otherwise, you're going to get hidden. Okay, and if you are over 18, so this channel's for over 18s only. And the reason is because, some of the topics we talk about are very sensitive. We get into covert military abductions and space programs and things like that. And we talk about the reality of the world. And unfortunately, that's not for people who are under 18. So this is the Bases conference. So I am on Team Bases. So Bases 2026 International Disclosure Conference is in the planning right now. Tickets will be released hopefully in the next week. And the event is running over the June solstice. So it's 19, 20, 21, I think. And it's down in Devizes in Pusey, which is near Glastonbury. So this is with Miles from basestv.com. Basestv.org is probably where the tickets are going to be available from on Ticket Tailor. So I'm going to be checking in with Miles later today. I've not had the confirmed speaker list yet. We do hope that there's some Americans coming over, which is going to be very, very cool. I can say for sure that Maria Wheatley is speaking, and she is basically the Stonehenge lady. And she's awesome, and she'll be talking about long skulls. And Sean Bond from Psionic League, who is the American kind of version of Maria Wheatley. He is based in Mexico, and he's going to be coming to the UK for the Bases 2026 International Disclosure Conference. So those two have been working together. Okay, bye, Sophie. Hey, London Dave Davis son of us? Davis Universe. That's weird. Hello, welcome. Good morning. So I am waiting to see if any of my moderators can come on. Oh, I don't know what that means. Oh, it says another moderator just handled this. Who is here? Thank you. Yeah, so welcome everybody. It is Wednesday, 5:33 a.m. I've got the Akashic Oracle. So this is a timeline deck, but we're looking at energies that like emotions, things that we can anchor into our timeline. So this is what I'm going to be picking on today. If anybody has a topic of discussion, please let me know. So we've got loads of cool things going on at the moment. I have a wide open schedule for podcasting this week. I don't really have anybody booked in till Friday. So I've got Soma Ara coming on the podcast on Friday. We will be live, and it's going to be around 5:30 Eastern, 9:30 UK. So Soma is based in Ireland, and she is the Palladian channel. She is called the Palladian Child, and you can go to her website, somaara.love. Soma was quite a big meeting Soma was a big point in my journey, actually. Hey, Danny's here. Phew, hello. And Sophie's back. Hey, Sophie. Let me know where in the world you are, otherwise you can't stay. Oh, Danny, good morning. I've got the Akashic Oracle out this morning, so we can just tune in to general messages, themes, and energies that are in our timeline right now. Thank you for joining me. We don't have a topic of discussion, so if you want to pop that in the chat, let me know, and then we can dig into that. There's a few things yesterday that I couldn't a few things annoyed me yesterday, but I don't know if I can really talk about it because it's on other people's podcasts. And so I don't know. But yeah, did anybody go on Typical Skeptic and they watched the crystal sale? That was really interesting. Except he didn't have the right lighting and stuff like that. That's the only thing. He needs to check out his lighting for next time. And I used to do a lot of crystal sales. I used to be quite a big crystal retailer. So I used to exhibit all across the UK. I used to sell a minimum of 300 different types of crystals. Sophie, if you don't tell me what country you are in, the moderators are going to ban you, right? Because you're getting a bit spammy, right? We says, is it wrong that I just unalived a pretty big sized brown house spider? Desiree was freaking out in the hallway, but our bedroom door, and I don't like unaliving anything. It's not wrong because she was freaking out and you were stepping in as the White Knight. In other woo news, stay tuned for today. It's Akashic Oracle Day. It's been a while. Oh, sorry, Sophie. We have very simple rules here. Interact in a friendly way. Don't be too spammy, and you get to stay. If I've asked you a direct question and you do not answer, then you will get timed out. Yes. Okay. So I've got the Akashic Oracle. If anybody would like a card, I'm just looking at general themes today. I'm not going to do full readings of these. This is my professional reading deck. You can book in with me. There is a coupon for my website right now, which is Substack, which gives you an extra 30% off my marked prices, which are already reduced. It's free Pina Colada Day. Oh, okay. Has anyone got a topic of discussion? So there is a lot of distortion going on right now, and I'm feeling the need to distance myself from certain groups of people and people who are aligning with other people. And I'm starting to see that there's a lot of distortion, and I'm kind of like, oh, I just want to wait in the wings here. I just want to watch things play out and audit from the sidelines. Is anybody else getting that kind of feeling of like, oh, watching these interactions take place and think, can they not see that's distortion? Can they not see that person's not a good person? Do you know what I mean? Is anyone else getting that kind of feeling right now? Yeah, it's interesting seeing some of the collaboration podcasts going on right now. So yeah, it's weird, and it's like at the moment it's worth lurking on podcasts as well, which is not something I would normally do, but I found like lately catching people in their own distortions. So Woo always has topics of discussion, but we'll let others choose to see what interesting topics they come up with. Well, there's only a few of us here. Nobody has a topic. I was trying to write my book yesterday, and I was tuning into an experience I had in Australia, and it was so scary that I couldn't sleep. So I'm afraid of my shadow. So yeah, not good. It was, in my defense, it was a very scary experience. So yeah. So yeah, so let me know. So I'm going to pick a card. Would anybody like a card? Just looking at the general messages, themes, and energies that are in your timeline right now that are supporting you or limiting you. How about stairs in the woods? Oh, what about doors in the woods as well? I've not seen any stairs in the woods. Has anyone else got a stairs in the woods experience? Or a random door that just appears in the woodland and it is vibrating and there's light around it? and it's hot or cold. Anybody got an experience like that? Hey, Woo, can you nudge Jason and see if what he's doing? And because he was going on one last night. He was fuming, absolutely fuming. And then he got mad at me, thinking that I was encouraging it. I wasn't encouraging. I was being sarcastic with my messages on Sean's channel. I couldn't help myself. And then in the end, I had to self-moderate and get myself out of there because I was getting naughty. And Draco Reed was in the chat as well. So at one point I thought, oh shit, Draco gets where I'm going with this line of commenting. Yeah, so distortions. Oh my word. Jason was fuming. You couldn't believe he was irritated. Well, he believes on that particular topic that he's got the receipts to show that that person is not correct. And from my point of view, as somebody who is a voice medic, I can hear the tones in that person. And I checked with who I trust completely, and I got negatives on all the things I asked, right? This pendulum has got its own consciousness. It has no reason to lie to me. This is my timeline pendulum, and it did not pick up on anything positive that was being said in that particular podcast. Yes. And I try not to be that judgmental, but I do monitor people's voice tones. Okay, so when I was saying, oh my god, I'm getting a headache, it's because it was just not resonating with me. Oh, hey, Hillbilly Herb, how you doing? Yes, this is Asclepius. He is the staff of Moses with the snake of Asclepius. He's a weighted brass pendulum from pendulumalchemy.com. Okay, I think I got him in a sale. It was about $130, but this is my timeline weaving pendulum. Yeah, that guy is a fraud. I know exactly who you're speaking of without naming names. Thank you. Yeah, I know it's so hard. I try to be neutral. I do try to be neutral, but that person, no. And the fact that other people were interacting with that person in that way just made me look at them differently as well. I was like, come on, guys, can you not see the distortion here? Can you not see the distortion that they've not done anything new in 20 freaking years? And they're just riding a distortion wave. Can you not freaking see that? Right? So, seems like Sean would peep that, but maybe he was being polite. Well, I just don't know. I just don't know. I have that as a tattoo, my sigil for health. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so it's very similar to the Asclepius that you see, the needle that you see in the health. So yeah, so I'm just, I'm going to pull a card. I'm going to pull a card about that person and their situation. What do we need to know about that person and their situation, please? When we think about their truth, but even when I asked the pendulum, are they aware that this is not true? And I got yes. So it's not even like they believe it to be true and that's their truth, that's their reality. It's like they didn't even believe it to be true. It's just like an opportunity that they're riding that wave. Oh, I don't know why. So we're having a bit of a rant. But I'm just going to ask the Akashic Records to show me, what do we need to know about that person and their current situation? Looking for signs and synchronicities. Signs and synchronicities. Yeah. Okay. You didn't get a notification either. Well, I told you to ping you. Yeah, because we were just talking about the podcast where there's a certain person riding a distortion wave, and I could feel it, and it was giving me a headache. Danny, was it you who said, "Get your singing bowl out"? Was that somebody else? Oh, get your singing bowl out. And I was like, I need a bigger singing bowl for this one. So I thought, oh shit, I'm getting out of hand. I'm getting naughty here. This is not good. But there's signs and synchronicities about this person and that what they believe to be true. Can we get another? Okay, so what impact are they having on the collective? It's a soul. So they believe it's true. Okay, so they are on this karmic contract that they believe this is true. But when I queried it with the pendulum, it was like they knew it wasn't. They knew it wasn't true. But it's helping us come into soul alignment. Oh, it was Tiffany, was it? Oh my god. And she's so beautiful and innocent as well. Oh, she put a great post on Facebook saying that she got her books, the Christy Campbell books, and she tagged me into it. Okay, so there's an element of what's going on with that person that's allowing us to come into soul alignment. So it's a discernment test, basically. It is a discernment test. And it does surprise me that the host of that show, who's one of the most powerful people on the planet, with the with the most high tuned discernment, one of the biggest authority players on the planet, and they're still, yeah, something's going on. Something else is going on. So I don't know whether they're being neutral. Can I ask about that person, please? What's his point of view? So he's tuning into fear energies. Okay, the host was tuning into fear energies. So in a way, he's playing a game on the chessboard. He's playing a game on the chessboard. So can you still hear me? Okay, so there's an element of the host that is very aware of what's going on and the place. So this is money fears. So there is an element of whatever's going on in that narrative that is tied into collective money fears. So there's a big game at play. And he can kind of see that because of who he really is. So I'm really interested to see. Okay, so should we believe that the guest's truth is reality? Let me know if you can hear me, guys. It hasn't gone off. Should we believe in that person? Okay, no, there's an element of self-sabotage. So that person, that guest who's putting together that particular narrative, they're actually going to catch themselves out of it at some point. They will. So we just need to watch this play out. We need to use it as a test for our own discernment. So for me personally, I'm very sensitive to people's voice tones now. My voice medicability is just gone on to overdrive now. So if somebody's talking and there's an element that's not true, or there's doubt, or there's sabotage, then my mind is just totally tuning in, and I find it uncomfortable. I find it uncomfortable to listen to certain people now. So there is self-sabotage in that person's narrative. Okay, so we can't say who it is because we're not monsters, right? But anybody who knows what I'm talking about. Well, if James, we were watching a podcast yesterday and there was a guest on that was a controversial guest, and there was a host who's very aware, right? And there was somebody else in the chat who should also be very aware, but perhaps was not. So it's about distortion frequency. There's a huge distortion frequency of a particular person in our community, and they've been riding this distortion wave for a very long time, since the 1990s, and that they demand something is true, but it's not fully adding up. So when I asked the pendulum about that person when I was watching the show, my pendulum literally said, it's not true. I said, do they know it's not true? Yep, they know it's not true. So, So just putting that out there. So think of it as a test. It's a test on your awareness. It's a test on what you will and will not stand for. Yeah, so for me, I was kind of like, I'm trying to watch this, but my head is telling me, no, this is distortion. And I'm very aware at the moment, after doing the video with Helena, the channel from Belgium, that there are overlays in our community. There are overlaid narratives, there's overlaid worlds in our mind when we go into the astral. And a friend came forward to me, and there's like a group of people who are really psychic and everything, and they started to form their own little community based on, oh, this person's attacking us in the astral. So they started to group together. So I'm very aware right now that there's pockets of us in the community who are basically negging on other people in the community, and that's something that does need to stop, and it won't stop until people really expand their awareness. Can I please have a card on what's going on in those little pocket groups in the community? Okay, so we've got the freedom and adventure card coming out. So what's happening right now is the awareness is opening up. So I went back to a person that I know and I said, look, I've tuned into what you're telling me. I know that person wasn't the person that attacked you. It wasn't them in the front cover life, the here and now. It was a distortion. So please recalibrate your awareness. Okay, so that's what we need to do. We need to James, you may have been in the chat. Yes. So we need to recalibrate our awareness into this freedom and adventure. So it's kind of breaking free of the construct. Exactly. Yeah. They kept saying, oh, he's so good, such a nice person, and all this kind of stuff. And I'm not doubting he's a nice person. I'm doubting the validity of the information. And the fact that when we can see there's a distortion, and so many people are trying to say, there's no distortion, there's no distortion, these are not the drawings you're looking for. Yeah, this is not the movie we're talking about. This is not the screenplay we're talking about, right? So, okay, so but it's all a big test to help us move into that freedom and adventure. So, freeing us from the constructs of the reality, the constructs of the reality. So, yeah, so I'm not trying to be mean about somebody, but I'm trying to say that I noticed there was a distortion. I was surprised by the people who were supporting the distortion and not calling it out. But I think that there is a bigger game at play, and that is why. Okay, I think there's something else going on, and it plays a role. So it's one of those things. It's important for us to question everything. Don't believe me. Don't believe anybody. Question everything. Can I just get an outcome, please? What's going on with that person and their narrative? What will be the outcome over the next 3 months? Okay, there's a divine strategy at play. Yep. We've got to watch it play out. So, us tuning into our awareness, our world, knowing that there is a bigger picture at play. So, this isn't just about our community, this is about that wider community, which impact what he's getting into. So, my mind just said he's a tool. He's a tool to access that other side. You got pieces of the show, and that's why I was thrown off by Jason's comments. Yeah, now it's not very often you see Jason on a mission saying this is bullshit. It's basically, yeah. Oh yeah, he was in the chat, right? So Jason will only start fighting a cause when he's got the information to back it up, right? So. But I was being sarcastic in my comments, Jason. I wasn't supporting the narrative. I was being sarcastic. It was getting harder and harder. And in the end, I had to bow out and self-moderate because otherwise I get problem with the other person's channels. They don't have any moderators, and they'll just sit back and watch people do their thing, right? So what lessons can we learn from this experience that we've had recently? Boundaries. It's testing our boundaries. It's testing what we will and will not allow in our field. It's a boundary test. Okay, okay. So, so this person and their words, they're literally just throwing stones at our boundaries. And then those of us who are really into that kind of awareness, because we're talking about movies, guys, we're talking about movies, okay? And how they use this disclosure and how some people fight over, I said this first, I said this first, this is mine or whatever, right? But it's all a big test on our boundaries. Okay, that's very interesting. But there is a divine strategy, so we've just got to watch it play out. So if you know something is true or not true to you, then you hold on to that. Yeah, there's nothing we can say, there's nothing I can say that will convince you otherwise. If you believe something is your reality, then that is the reality that you will live. And it's not my reality, it's not my point of view. Yeah, it doesn't have to be. I don't need to accept it or reject it because I know what's true to me. So Danny says, right now my chat is only showing me your comments. Oh, that's a glitch. You go back in. Because I can see Herb, I can see Jason, James, I can see Woo. Yeah. I've been noticing my chat has been getting stuck a lot in the last week. Yes. So YouTube is glitching out, and I don't think that's a mistake. I think we're glitching out the matrix. It's like when me and Christy Campbell were about to do that show about Kit Kat, my altar, and we were getting quite emotional before we even went on air. And she said to me, "Let's just drop into our heart, let's tune into Reiki, and let's send out a blast of Reiki, so that any handlers or anything like that, we're just going to push them out of the energetic field." And we did. Unfortunately, you couldn't chat in YouTube, so it was quite possible it was us that did that. WeChat's been messed up. YouTube hasn't transitioned over to the new timeline. Yeah, quite possibly. Lots of people have to refresh to come back in. Oh, yep. So it could be glitch. My frequency is glitching out. Everybody, reactivating. What did everybody think of the crystal sale last night? The format wasn't quite right because I used to do a lot of crystal live sales, so I think the next time he does it, he'll be better prepared. So I used to do tons of live sales. I used to do daily live sales on Instagram and Facebook, and I used to have to lay out a table of crystals, and then you have to get the lighting right. Otherwise, there's no point trying to sell a crystal in the dark. It's just not going to work, because people want to see that flash. They want to see the rainbow. They want to see every little line and detail on that crystal. There's a great lady that I know. I've not spoken to her for a long time, but Kim from Geofossils, she is the expert at selling crystals online. And I used to meet her at Mind, Body, and Spirit events where I'd have like 1 or 2 tables. She'd have 12, all of crystals, right? She is the bomb. She really is. She's got her own warehouse south of London. So she's got her own crystal warehouse. So she does live sales every day. And she will show you something on camera and you'll be thinking, that is freaking amazing. Oh my God, at that price, that's awesome. And then when you get it, you're like, is this really what I was bidding on? So she's just so good at it. She shows it so close up that you really dig in, you feel the energy. So yeah, that's what he needs to get into. Ra Castaldo. Usually I toggle back and forth between top chat and live chat, and that fixes it. Okay, yeah. Yeah, format could use some tweaking for the crystal sale. The concept has problems. It does, it does. Unfortunately, not many of us have got that kind of money to throw around. So he did try and make it affordable, starting out with the smaller pieces, which is good. And then you probably get 1 or 2 people eventually who'll be like, yeah, I want that massive skull for $600, you know. Yeah, I'd have a hard time selling crystals. I'd have trouble party with them. Actually, I never. So I used to have a crystal shop and my mystical wellness studio. And the biggest order I ever did was probably about £5,000 on crystals. So you think, wow, right? I specialize in tumbles, the small ones mainly. But if something was in my shop and I loved it, I wouldn't put it to one side for me. I wouldn't claim it. If it didn't sell, then it was made for me, right? So if it would stay for so long in the store, then I would keep it. Yeah, so it's honestly, the crystal market is overly saturated. So I had to stop in the end. I've still got quite a lot of stock here, but I save it for my retreats now, and then I can just give them away and things. So I think a few affordable raffle tickets for a nicest crystal would be best. Yeah, a crystal raffle would be great. Yeah, it's hard to do a crystal auction unless you have got other people monitoring the chart and you number everything and you do it kind of like you have everything laid out on the table. So yes, HPM, thank you very much for sharing that wonderful message with us. You are very welcome. Thank you indeed. We appreciate it. Christ is King. You don't know yet, but you will. This. Yeah, so yes, you've got to, if you're gonna lay out the crystals in advance, basically, you've got to number them all, or we use playing cards or raffle tickets on them. And then you're showing them and saying, this is this number, whatever, and the people go like, yeah, so, but people weren't quite prepared for it yesterday, but I think we'll get used to the format. I love talking about crystals. You might have guessed. So I was commenting a lot about crystals. I love crystals. I work with crystal cards, right? Daily crystal inspiration cards. Okay, so if anybody would like a crystal card or you would like an Akashic message from your Akashic record keeper guides from your higher self, let me know. Akashic Oracle, we're looking at the energies that surround you, the energies that are supporting you or limiting you. You don't know yet, we will. You've only just popped in. You've got no idea. Yes, I do identify as crystal. You've got no idea what these cards are about. And he's like, yep. Will, you don't know what these cards are about. Okay. So this is, let me just cleanse the cards. This is for Will. And okay, so working with the Akashic Oracle, these cards are not all good, but if something comes out that you need support with, I will pick a second card for you, which is called a success anchor. Okay, let me just check the charts. Go down. Oh, James, the Kruger thing. I was shown an aspect. It might have been him. It was a kind of cyborg looking. Yeah, Kruger do that a lot. There was a stream of images. Then I hollered out loud in the physical. No. Then I woke up in bed. It's yes, the Akashic. So I'm an Akashic Oracle weaver. I weave together timelines. Okay, so I'm looking in your timeline to see what energies are supporting you or limiting you. The Akashic Records is your 5th dimensional space where all of your soul's journey is recorded. So on Saturdays in my paid subscriber groups, I guide people on journeys into the Akashic Record timeline. We're going for healing, we're going for information. We can go pull books and scrolls about past lives to get information there. When I do full one-to-one readings with people, then I can have a look and see what's impacting you, what's supporting or restricting you with these cards. So I'm going to pick a card which is for you don't know yet, but you will. And I'm shortening that down to Will. Okay, so your name is Will now. That is your new name. Okay. This is really good. So your Akashic Record Keeper guides are coming forward to let you know that we've got vision and ambition coming forward. So this message is for you. So focus on what you really want to achieve. Get your ideas very, very crystal clear and put them out. Put them in writing. Express them clearly, because this vision and ambition, whatever you're focusing on, is going to manifest. So right now, this is what your guides would like you to know, Will. They would like you to know it's time to truly focus on your vision, your ambition. Where are you going in the next 3 weeks, 3 months, 3 years? Let's express it. Let's get it written down. So this is really positive. This is a good change for you. Multi-Donna. I have not slept yet. Honestly, I tried to sleep, but I scared myself. You slept in, don't worry. Jason's still been sneezing. You're having a bad time. Hey, Nathan Fox is in the house. Hey, Nathan Fox. Okay, Herb says, Will says, James says, it takes a lot to do it, but Akashic Records can be altered or false narratives. Honestly, James, I can do that in 10 seconds. I can change your Akashic Records in 10 seconds. That's why I use my pendulum. False narratives inserted, that's not something I get into. I can go in and cleanse and clear it. I can work with you to redefine it. I can work with you to change events, okay, for the positive. We can take out the impact of negative events and put in success anchors in its place. So when energies come in that are not... How's that back on the bottom of the deck? Oh my God. When energies are there and they're impacting you from the past, okay? So if you're doing everything right in the present, you're doing absolutely everything right, you're following the rules, you're doing the healing, you're doing the meditation, you've got the perfect partner, you've got the perfect job, 2.5 children or whatever, but your life is still shit and you just don't know why, it will be an impact coming from a past life or a parallel life, okay, or even a bleed through from your future life. So when I work with the Akashic Oracle and my intuition and my pendulum alchemy, it allows me to see what energies, what messages, what themes are affecting you. Now, if they're not positive, then I will literally work with alchemy to transform it into something else, something more supportive. And this is a rapid change. I do this in seconds when I do this on personal one-to-one readings. And we do it together. Oh, wow. Been a long time since I had any of that. Was it from a cut? What are we talking about? A grape ape. A grape ape. You're welcome. Okay. So yeah, as an Akashic Oracle, as a timeline weaver, I do these kind of things in seconds. But it has a big lasting impact. Changing the past to make the current better. Yes. Well, for me, that happens instantaneously. When I'm looking at the cards, it doesn't matter what deck I'm using. You'll see me perusing the cards. My mind is tuning into possible time streams. Yeah. So we're weaving together possible time streams in that second. It's Christy Campbell in the chat. Please do check out my playlist that I've got for Christy Campbell and her book reviews. Please go and follow Christy Campbell CC33. And she's got some fantastic videos on there. Will is saying, have some ashwagandha, lemon balm, hibiscus tea. So Christy Campbell is an author. She is an empathic, psionic super soldier, and she is a Karuna Reiki master. The job ended up being cake. Yard of dirt. Filling in a person's backyard only took us an hour. Okay, so that worked out well for you. $150, yeah. Okay, that sounds great, Boom. Did I see the timestamps on the video? No, I've not seen. I have to go and see. But I am getting a lot of repeating numbers at the moment. Getting a lot of 5 energy coming in. Yeah. So we've been talking about like distortion narratives at the moment, Christy. Like certain people are just riding waves of distortion, and we're starting to notice that other people are supporting their distortion. It's a bit weird. But Christy Campbell is like a lone wolf. She does her own thing. Woo says, I tell Rob, keep pushing forward and do the best you can and good things will come. Yeah, I mean, Rob's a hardworking guy. He really is. And when those trolls started to come in and they're like daring us to ban them. What was that about? We're saying nobody's getting banned here today. Nobody's getting banned. And it's like they were just daring us. They were daring, and we're trying to think, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to delete that comment. I'm going to let it be there. On the review of your book, you shapeshift 13 times. Oh, okay. Well, what happened was I was I don't know, you shouldn't have seen the original version. Okay, so when I download from Zoom onto my hard drive, so I've got a separate hard drive, right? And sometimes my videos download onto the separate hard drive without me noticing, and then I upload them to Zoom, and then when you get towards the end of the video, my face starts to glitch out. So that was happening on the live premiere. So I had to delete that version and then re-upload it from my laptop. So the version that's there now should not have any glitches in it. Okay, but you're still noticing that I shapeshift. What do I shapeshift into? Right? Is it just the glitchy face thing? Because that was just an upload issue. I've not fully watched the I need to check it. But if it's like a pixelated one, and that's a problem with the download to my computer. That happens a few times, yeah. Do you remember I did a video with Audrey Walters, and we were talking about the boogosphere? As soon as she started to talk about it, it started to get pixelated. And then I realised that's a problem. Yeah, the were dog. So Christy, I had a were dog jump on my bed the other day. We did a paranormal video with Michael Koff, and then afterwards we all had these spooky experiences. And I was invisible, but it was like a were dog that jumped onto my bed. Okay, Ivan Teller confirmed it was a were dog, right? It doesn't start right away in the video. If it's towards the end, then it's an upload issue. Yeah, and I'll go back and check it and see. I might have to re-download it from Zoom. Oh, I left the Human Council. For me, there was a distortion there. I couldn't stay. Yeah. But I believe they're doing good work. I don't know. I bowed out after a couple of months. We just weren't making any progress with anything. So yes, you'll see me on 2 or 3 Human Council videos, but I kind of joined because I was hoping that I could find somebody else from the UK who would join the Human Council. So I joined as like a placeholder in my mind, and then nobody else wanted to volunteer. And then there was an incident with another council member, and I felt this doesn't feel right, and I left. But there's some interesting people there. I mean, that's how I met David Purcell, and that's how I met Helena. And I love working with Helena. Please go and watch the latest video with Helena. It's so freaking good. Okay, what's the difference between werewolf and were-dog? I don't know. How do you join the Human Council? You need to go to Audrey Walters' channel, which is Starseed Netlink. I find her email, send her an email. But there's only so many people allowed for certain regions, so she might already have enough people in America, and she's looking for different people to represent different parts of the planet. Different species of were-dog. Yeah. Oh, you worked with her already? Yes, so just reach out to Audrey Walters. So she's kind of spearheading the Human Council of Sovereignty, or whatever they've called themselves now. I don't know. Oh, you're in Spain. Yeah, do reach out, because I think there was 2 or 3 people for Europe. But I'm sure she'd be interested to get your perspective. But you do have to fill out an application form. So, yep. The black shaggy dog of England. That's like in Harry Potter. Yeah. Oh, you think Audrey's the coolest? Awesome. Wolves are too wild to train. Yeah. Yeah, Audrey's a special lady. She is. I've done a couple of videos with her on my channel. Yeah. She's an interesting lady. I do have her book. Space School Lessons version 1. Oh, maybe I'll do a review on her book. Maybe not. I don't want to get myself into trouble with Audrey. Okay. She did help me last year, actually, which I'll be writing about in my book soon. I'm not sure what. She did help me, but I don't have all the details to be able to write about her part in it. But there was a fractaled version of me called Angelique being held on the moon, and she's being held to run stargates and as a portal key. Excuse me. And then she was being hijacked, and I reached out to Audrey and I said, I feel like my altar's being held in a stargate and she's being used as a slave. And Audrey literally went in there and she kicked all the doors down. She closed all the stargates in this region. And people were fleeing apparently. But not via stargates, because she closed down the entire sector, allegedly. Hey, Christy Campbell is in the chat. So the legendary Christy Campbell CC33 has joined us. It's 6:09 a.m. here in the UK. So everybody's picking up Christy's books now. So I have them right here. So I started out with book 4, and that's only because it's the only one I could clearly see on Amazon, because I'm here in the UK. So I start out reviewing book 4, Electra Mission Complete, and this is like a resource. Like you can go through, and it's like saying, oh, the succubus aspect. I don't think I've read that before. Offworld Colony, the man who spent his entire paycheck on Christy. Wow. And but the one about the hollowed out space rock, the Draco, that is familiar. And so then I got another book that I could find, and I've got Electra, Milab's SSP missions, and this has got lots of pictures in. And so I've done 3 book reviews. I've done 2 on this book because it's quite a big book, and I did a book review on this book yesterday. So do go and see. And then if I can find I'm working backwards. If I can find the Montauk one, or maybe I should get book 1 and then do book 2. I don't know, because the Montauk is like, oh, I'm scared. Christy made me these images. 1 second. Christy made me these amazing images to represent who I am. Because I went through her energetic Reiki scan process. She was able to tune into this version of me, and which is from Montauk, and then see me empowering into my supernova self, and tuning into my timeline weaving abilities, and my Tuatha De Danann, daughter of Danu abilities. That's a nice one, though. I really like that one. Yeah, so I got all of these from through Christy, from her energetic Reiki scan process. So that was super cool. This is the version of me that Ivan Teller has basically hijacked. And that's one of my altars that Ivan Teller's recreated. That's Jet. And he's created a mini movie series about her. But then he tried to say it wasn't really her, but then I made him admit it live on Typical Skeptic that it was her. It was a version of me. It was an owl. An owl, I think. Yeah, how cool is that? Yeah, so I'm hoping to do more reviews. I actually have a book of Ivan Teller's that I could review. I'm looking for my John Whitberg Volume 1. It's in here somewhere. I do have the physical copy of Volume 1. I'm going to do a review on that at some point as well, because I had a few activations off reading his book. Ivan's book is more of an ET resource. So this is a book that I've got from Ivan Teller, and this is it's just like random resource. Amphibian aliens, you know. So this is, oh, here we go. This is one of Ivan's books. But it's when he talks about the galactic bunnies, it just really makes me laugh. Like, what on earth? Oh, look at this. Insectoids. Yeah, the only problem with your book yesterday, Christy, was the lighting wasn't right to show the pictures. Some of the pictures are a bit darker, aren't they? And I couldn't get the lighting right. Yeah, I need to think about that more next time. So, Underground Bases. This is from Ivan Teller's book. So I might do a review on this book at some point. But right now I'm working in the Electra series by Christy Campbell, cc33.com. So yeah, book in with Christy. But so the reason I'm reviewing the books is because Chrissy and I have got a few similarities. We've done a few videos together, so please check me out, Anchorhaven Origins playlist. And Chrissy's helped me expand into some of my memories, and then I started to notice that there's things that she's describing that are similar to what I'm trying to describe. So that's why I started to get the books, to see if I could get an activation. And boy, did I get an activation just reading that thank yous and dedication, because it was like I'm reading out, like part of it is like that's exactly like the work that I do. Yeah, hollowed out space rock. Yeah, so we're there together. That's interesting, isn't it? But it reminds me of also, you know, the amphitheater memory that I have while I'm selling off my Chimera super soldiers. That is a similar installation. So another kind of hollowed out space rock somewhere. So Herb is saying, "I love owls. I had a little screech owl singing here every night for weeks, but she's been gone a couple of months." So interesting. I find owls a bit scary because their heads. Love me some owls. That's stunning. That's really funny. Yeah, so if you are trying to expand into your awareness and deprogram, pull forward those memories, then do have a look at Christy Campbell's books. Yeah, Electra Mission Complete, Warrior's Ledger, Electra, Montauk Time Soldier, and the Milab and SSP Mission. So there's 4 books in that series. There's a bunch of them ran by the Draco, are those installations. Yeah, that's interesting. But what I haven't read yet, so I'm still working through this one, and I have started to make notes in it like you suggested, because I'm not used to writing in books. I felt really naughty. So I'm having tiny little writing in the book. Just would like one. Okay, Nathan, we'll do a card for you. How much is gas in Liverpool? I don't know, because I don't drive at the moment, so I don't have a car. Probably a lot cheaper than yours. Yeah. No, Nathan, these are for you. So we're tuning into Nathan's Akashic timeline. So can we tune into Nathan Wazzy Witch Fox? Are we connected? Yes, we are. Okay, so I'm generally just pulling one card. Unless there's something that's not supported, then I'll pull you a success anchor. So tuning into James's energies right now, please can we have any messages, themes, and energies? How big is my family? I'll come back to that in a second. Any messages, themes, and energies that Nathan's Akashic record keeper guides would like him to know right now, please? Oh, this is really interesting. Okay. Weirdly enough, for the 3rd time today, we've got divine strategy. So you are on track right now, Nathan. There's nothing more you need to worry about or whatever. Just keep moving forward. Things are playing out exactly as they should. So even if it's tricky for you right now, just stick with it. As Helena said the other day, it's all going to be worth it. That's the motto of this year now. I started the year with do no harm, take no shit kind of motto. Now I'm moving forward. It's going to be worth it. It's going to be worth it. It's going to be worth it. Okay, so this is what's going on for Nathan. So when I asked for clarity on that, I got deservability and self-worth. So you are moving into your authentic self. You're starting to test those boundaries, and you're starting to know what you will and will not stand for. This is a sword of truth. This is you tuning in and communicating your truth. Okay, so Nathan, you're doing really, really well. Just keep moving forward. Yeah, there's nothing unwanted that's come up for you right now. So just trust what you know to be true. How big is my family? So this is an interesting one. So I'm the youngest, okay? Even though I'm 50, I'm the youngest. I have got 2 sisters. One's 5 years older, one's 7 years older. I've got a brother who's 12 years older, but my dad was married before and he had 2 other children. So I have a half brother who's about 20 years older than me, and I had a half sister, but she passed away before I was born. But then, under the SSP weird stuff, I find out that Draco Reed and I are from the same soul flame family, and that we incarnated together, and then we were put into bodies, and then we were separated, and then we were brought back together for training. Like, what the weird? It's coming up to a 1-year anniversary of when we actually reconnected with each other as well, which is kind of cool. So I have one son, so I'm married, and I've got one son. Oh, well, I'm separate, but I've got one son, and both of my sisters each had one boy, and then my brother had 4 boys. How weird is that? So yes, I'm 50. I'm 51 this year. So let me just catch up. So Christy says, Warriors Ledger, I talk about Project Seagate Dolphin Program. Oh, good, because I'm writing my book at the moment, and I'm starting with a dolphin encounter. Not getting into Seagate yet, because I don't have full awareness on that. But there was a dolphin encounter 20 odd years ago that started to awaken my psychic senses. Would love an Akashic card, yeah. Herb. When I was in the Navy, 84 to 88, says James the Wizard Wickus, there were working with dolphins by the Naval Amphib Base by San Diego. That's interesting. I almost chose to go to San Diego when I was traveling. Switched up to Pressure. So these cards are for Hillbilly Herb. Please can I close the Akashic Records for Nathan Fox? Thank you. Please can I open the Akashic Records for Hillbilly Herb? No. Please can I have Herb? Yes. Okay, there we go. Sometimes you guys need to really want it, otherwise I can't access. I can override, but I don't want to. Okay, so what does Hillbilly Herb need to know? What are his Akashic guides highlighting that is important for us to look at right now? Okay, is there anything else? Yeah, okay. So the main messages, this is for Herb, main messages that your guides would like you to focus on your gratitude practices, okay? Your energies could be higher by doing more small little practices, okay? You've got really high vibe anyway, but this is small things. This is you connecting possibly with nature. I'm seeing the leaf image again in my mind. So when I get this leaf image at the moment, it's about the lines on the leaf. It's about the attention to detail on the leaf. It's about seeing how things grow, how they form. And with leaves, it's kind of the aura that actually forms first. So it's remembering that you're so much bigger than you thought you were. So the leaf, even though it's small, it has a really important role to play. So it's knowing that you do have an important role to play. But gratitude, so tuning into the energies of the sun, anchoring it down into the earth. These little practices, these little things about gratitude moves us onto the energy of receiving. So knowing that you have an important role in this big web of the universe and that you are an anchor for the light. You're an anchor for the light. Yeah, you're absorbing the light and transforming it just the same way the leaves are with their photosynthesis. However, there may be a need for you to refresh your boundaries, okay? So taking that golden sunlight energy and thinking about where can I strengthen my boundaries in my life right now? So this is an opportunity for you to have a look at the people around you and make sure that you're all on the same page and that you've been expressing your boundaries. So as you move into your gratitude practice, it may be that your frequency is changing from those around you. So you might have to make some small adjustments in how you communicate with those people. Okay, let me just catch up. So, Will has a question from Spain. Are mermaids real and are they being hunted by the regressives, we're calling them now, because that's how Helena called them? Yes, it's true. It's true. Christy, do you know much about mermaids? Okay, deep diving in the mermaid hunt stuff. Yeah, so I've been tuning into siren energies lately because there was somebody on Typical Skeptic that was a clear siren and was using their abilities. And I found it so uncomfortable. I mean, I've got an activated voice, and so's Christy, and so's a few of us in the SSP. But this particular guest was really using siren abilities and programming words and repeating the same word over and over and over and over. And I passed out. That's how bad it was. And I got stabbed through the thigh in the astral. I wasn't even in the astral. They literally stabbed me in the here and now. I've got I haven't got a bruise. Hold on. I haven't got a visible bruise, but I've got when I touch that area, it's very, very sore. So I think they went through other layers of my body with that. So Nathan Fox says, scientists translated dolphin sonar and uncovered the slurs they have for humans. Oh my gosh. Okay, you're going to learn those slurs. Dave Chappelle was right. Flipper was a racist. I'm probably Skippy, Bush Kangaroo. You're welcome, Herb. Strong buzz right now, resonating. Yeah. Hey, Shane. Hello. Thank you for joining us. Let us know where in the world you are. A lot of avian energies, like bald eagle beings. Wow. Landlubber. You know who does slag us off a lot under the sea? It's the octopus, the octopi. They would literally take over the world if they had legs. And this is why I thought it was so funny, because Christy talks in her book about having an octopus biped kind of handler. But I know Audrey Walters and David Purcell were channeling the undersea creatures, and there was an octopus called Craig that came forward, and he was literally saying how much he hated the humans. Right? Insane. Ah. Oh, you're in the UK. I'm in the Liverpool City region. So whereabouts are you, Shane? North, south, east, west. I've been pulling alleged footage of the mermaid hunt stuff. Yeah. You know what I'm also fascinated with is the selkies, the seal people. So, you know, when they take off their pelts and they become beautiful women, and then they're trying to trapped. And there was a lot of that going on around Scotland and Ireland, and occasionally you hear about it in Wales, in those folk tales there as well. So we're pulling alleged footage of the mermaid hunt. Off the coast of Cornwall here in the UK. There's supposed to be a lot of mermaids there. And here where I am, there's not, well, it's a bit far from me, but there's a point where we have a mermaid trail. So somebody's made all these statues of mermaids, and it's right on the seafront kind of thing. So that's kind of a hint that there's a lot of mermaid activity going on there as well. You're in the south. Are you anywhere near Glastonbury? Are you near Glastonbury? Because I'm doing the Bases conference again in June. I'm team Bases. I work behind the scenes right now, helping Miles put together the Bases conference event. I'll be doing the graphics soon. I'm just waiting for the confirmed guest list for the speakers. I'm not sure if we're having that many American speakers right now. Somebody that I wanted to come, I don't think they're coming. So they literally just messaged me and said, well, I don't really like the UK anyway. And I was like, fine. Yeah, it's very expensive out here. AI is a pretty major spanner in the works. Can't trust any video anymore. Oh my word. Have you guys seen those Harry Potter videos that have been coming out? And it's like Harry Potter's in like a weightlifting competition, or they're like gambling, or they're singing in nightclubs, and it's such good like production. Like you're thinking, wow, Harry Potter. Harry Potter. So okay, any topics of discussion, please? Anybody would like an Akashic card? So the earlier discussion, we were talking about the distortion wave that some people are on right now, and how some of us can just see through the illusion. Harry Potter. Harry Potter. Sorry, I love Harry Potter big time. I need to rewatch the Fantastic Beasts soon. I really do. Fantastic Beasts. Oh. James Wickers would like a card. Thank you, James. Okay, please can I close the Akashic records for previous that herb? Closing records now. Please can I open the Akashic records for James Whitacus, the Wizard of Whitacus? Thank you. So, the sorcerer is stoned. Oh, we got a hold. Oh, I didn't see that message. Oh, no, here it is. I feel so stuck in the 3D. Like, what do you mean I need to figure out rent and a job? Yes. You know what? It's like, if we're here with a glorious purpose, why do we not have glorious money to help us with that glorious purpose? Okay. Or are we like Loki? I am burdened with a glorious purpose of how to pay my rent and bills. You can't hear some of the guests talking. Like, I hear every word they say, but just doesn't have any meaning. I figure those are the ones throwing distortion waves. Yes. Phrase of the day, distortion wave. I'm coining it right now. Yeah, honestly, there's some people I just cannot watch. So you'll see me moderating, and then you'll see me saying, good night, I'm out, self-moderating, and I'm gone, right? Because I just can't handle some of the guests coming on right now. Yeah. So it's just, yeah, but I've started to be a little bit of a lurker on some other podcasts, because I've noticed that I've catching people out on other podcasts, right? Which really upset me actually when I caught out that particular person, Jason. It really upset me that they were not who I thought they were. because the things that they were saying about somebody that I consider to be like a good friend of a friend or whatever. And so that kind of, when I saw that that person had more of a negative narrative, I was like really sad. Because yeah, you know what I mean? You think, did that really happen? Is that really their point of view about that person? I mean, there's some people that I find hard to listen to, and I'll be quite open and honest about it. So certain people's voice tones, it might be their message is good, but their voice tones are hard for me to hear. So there's something off in their frequency that just doesn't match with my frequency, which is absolutely fine. Dazed and confused, yeah. So yeah, disassociating, yeah. Okay, this is for the Wizard Witkiss. What would his Akashic record guides like us to know today, please? Okay, so there is something going on behind the scenes. Um, you're not fully working in your power, but it is actually a test of your self-confidence, James. So whatever it is that's kind of limiting your energy a little bit, making you feel a bit restricted, like you can't fully do or say or be whatever you want, it's a test on your self-confidence. So just know that follow your heart, follow the light, and you will be stronger. Yeah, it'll all come through. But yeah, there might be some challenges in your field right now, but focus on your solar plexus, focus on your soul code, and that you know what's true. Tune into that solar plexus chakra and dig into that core star energy, that true essence of your soul, and let it be your guiding light, okay? Because your self-confidence is building in a certain area where other people are involved. So this is your focus right now, is focus on that core star deep within the solar plexus. There's an essence of your soul there. Focus on connecting to the core star right now. That's for the Wizard Witkiss. It's just not enough connection points sometimes. Yeah. So I think what's happening is we're all going off on our own little waves of energy. We're all creating our own realities, to the point that when somebody is on a distortion wave, they just can't merge into our reality, into our knowing. And we're highlighting this just doesn't feel right. So yeah, so I mean, it could be that there's things that I say or do or whatever, and you're thinking, oh, she's on one today. But this is you tuning into maybe a distortion wave that I'm projecting, that I am not fully grounded into some perspective or whatever. Yeah. So it's like it's all testing our awareness. It's testing those frequency waves of what we will allow in and what we're pushing away from us as well. So that's really good. You learn meditation as a kid. I spent hours in the dark closet. My therapist said they called that disassociation. Well, I read I'm 60 pages away from finishing a 440-page book by Luka Novak, and I've disassociated through the whole book. I really have. And then John said to me, "Did you really read that many pages?" And I'm like, "Yes, I've nearly finished." And he's like, "How is that possible?" I don't know. And he's like, "Have you read about that?" I'm fine. So I've totally disassociated reading about somebody else's really tragic SSP story. Um, and there was one thing in it that's kind of replaying in my mind. And he's saying, "I can't believe about all the events in that book. That's the one thing that's stuck in your head." That, like, so yeah, I've disassociated big time. Wu says, in summer of 2000, I was visiting my father for the summer, and Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire book released. Oh my God, I remember this time, right? July 8th, 2000, I got the book and stayed in a room for 3 days reading it. Well, at that particular point in time, I was working in Thailand, and my boyfriend, who became my husband at the time, didn't read, didn't like books or whatever. So I had the book, and I had to lock myself in the bathroom to read the book. And he had a remote control car just banging into the door, dunk, dunk, dunk. So I'm trying to read, trying to read the book. So, but then later on, he got into the movies, so then that was all good. But he doesn't like reading, so he couldn't appreciate what I was in for. Do you know what I mean? What I've been waiting for. Um, so Jane's been noticing a few different people streams causing some ripples for him. Yeah, yeah. Honestly, distortion waves out there right now. But it's that video with Helena when she talked about overlays coming in that really resonated with me. I don't remember a lot what's going on in my dreams, but knowing and putting that message out there that when you find yourself in a dream and the energy doesn't feel right, question, what is the overlay here? I'm sovereign, I'm a cosmic being, What is the overlay? Show me the overlay. And then you can peel it back. Okay, show me the overlay and peel it back. So if you're getting people in your dream and they do not behave as they normally should, it is not that person. I'm putting that message out quite strongly because I had to tell people to recalibrate their awareness. So there's a particular group of really like advanced psionic people who were getting very negative towards somebody that I know. And then when I tuned into it, I was like, it's not even that person. Like, they're not aware of what you're talking about. Zeta grays are involved, regressives, demons are all involved in this kind of stuff right now. And what they're doing is they're targeting our fear field. They're targeting that fear frequency. So, and this is what Helena said to me when I had the word dog experience. She said, are you afraid of dogs? Because this is what they're doing. So they're tuning into things that make you feel anxious. And you know what it did do recently? It put me into that I don't want to switch the lights off kind of mode. And I've not felt that for ages. I've not felt that for so long. Danny Hawk says, I watched Semi-Pro a couple of nights ago. Always makes me giggle, but Will Ferrell isn't for everyone. I don't know that one. We're getting energies coming in right now. Let's cleanse the air. Woo! Take a deep breath. So my energy is my own. I do not consent to my energy being tampered with or taken, loosed in any way. I do not consent to anything coming into my energetic field that is not in true benevolence, that has a conflicting agenda. I ask my guides and guardians to take it away to a more suitable space, or I will call in the violet flame. Okay. Just realizing I don't have a particular thing on me that I normally do. So cleansing the life. Okay, so I hope everyone is all right. Hey, Jerry's in the chat. Hey, Jerry. He's got way too many books. And I did not say that. What did you say? Huh? Did I read something wrong? Please bear in mind, I will read out anything I see on the screen. It's like I have to. I have to read it. I'm compelled to read it. So, Rise of Emotions, yep, for sure. It's creepy. The Woo is an avid reader. Storytime with Woo. Storytime with Julia. Well, Anchorhaven is writing a book right now. Julia's too scared to write the book. At the moment, I'm trying to tune into experiences that I had when I left the UK like 20 odd years ago, and I went to Australia. So I'm revisiting the experiences in Australia that I literally had within the first 6 weeks of my traveling journey, and they're really scary. They're really scary. So, because at the time I wasn't under the awareness that I was a clone or a Milab or a super soldier. I had no idea why I had that weird experience. That was literally something like out of Stranger Things. I'm not joking. I've been trying to write about it, and I sent it to a friend as well, and he's like, oh yeah, I remember you telling me about this. It's weird. So I was like, so how do I write about it? Do I keep it in the book? Yeah. So I'm like, oh shit. So yeah, some weird things. I'm not sure whose reality it was, but it was pretty awful. It must be that energy going around. Yes. Woo is very handsome. We need to find out if Woo really looks like who we think he does. I can't tell you what happened fully because you need to buy my book. So I was in the back of your mug is Woo's avatar. I know. Yep. So all the crafts is Woo's avatar. Yeah. It's not very clear. Interesting, huh? So this is from Bases, the Bases Project, Bases 2025 International Disclosure Conference, and I'm working now on 2026 June conference. So yes, I'm excited because there's some Americans coming over, and I know Sean Bond is definitely confirmed to come over. And there's a couple of other Americans that I can't yet say if they're coming or not. We're waiting for people to confirm. Dr. Amir has confirmed. The Wizard of Wivenhoe has confirmed, and he is a UK wizard, so that's good. So Maria Wheatley has confirmed. I'm not sure who else is speaking. I did get invited to speak, but I'm not going to speak unless there's a real need for me to speak. And but I'm working on a book, so if I could get my book, the first draft of my book published by June, then I'll have it for that conference. So that would make sense. So that's what I'm working on right now while I don't have a job. You wish you could come over, you're not able to. Honestly, these conferences, they're just they're fine. You know, I was expecting, I don't know what I was expecting. We had a fun time at the last one. But I normally attend Mind, Body and Spirit events. So where I do a lot of talking at Mind, Body, Spirit events. So every one I attend, I would do a talk on at least one day, if not two. Sometimes I do 3 talks at events, and it depends what's going on. And it's a very different crowd. So, because I love talking about crystals, Akashic records, violet flame, Atlantis. I love talking about things like that. And that's not the kind of thing you talk about at the disclosure conference. I was away from the chat just listening through earbuds, and I thought you were saying that I said something about semi-pro. Yeah, that's what it looked like. Oh. Honestly, that's what I saw. I don't know now, but that's what, I don't know what semi-pro is, you see, so that's what I saw. Green eyes. Hillbilly, I haven't seen that show. Love Will Ferrell. I have no idea what the show is. How many people are at the Basis Project conference? There was at least 100 people there. Friday, because it's a 3-day event, so Friday, Draco had to talk on the Friday, and he was a bit disappointed because it wasn't at full capacity on the Friday like it was Saturday. And I have to say, well, we actually work on Fridays, right? So there's only so many people that would attend on the Friday. So Friday was like 60% capacity, and then Saturday was over capacity. There were people standing, and then Sunday was like a good number of people there on the Sunday. So yeah, it was really good. You saw my eyes, Danny. Oh, what is going on in the chat? I really have lost something for sure. I've missed something big time. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to the summer conference, which is still an international disclosure conference, Basis 2026. So I have had the request to do the marketing, but I still need to get the guest list. Oh, he owns a basketball team paid for with his funk music royalties. Gosh. Oh dear. I'm not a big fan of Will Ferrell. I'm just going to say that. But doesn't he look like the drummer? Right? Chad. Is it Chad? Him I do like. So it's mad. Anyway, yeah, so I'm moving into conference mode right now. But Miles Johnson is a ranter. So he'll call me at random times, like 11 o'clock at night. And he's like, okay. He's in the Pizza Party Club. Oh, not good. Yeah. Okay, let's raise the vibe with some crystals. Would anybody like a crystal card? So it's 6:41 a.m. in the northwest of England. Oh, the Roxbury. Yeah, that was good, I think. So I've got some crystal cards. Crystal at the bottom of the deck says start fresh. Chrysocolla, start fresh. Shane. Let's have a crystal card for Shane. SNL fan, yeah. High vibes, raising the vibes. Welcome to the High Vibe Live. Energies are all over the place at the moment, aren't they? So this is for Shane. What are they doing well? Do they need support with? And general advice. So what you're doing well right now is you're speaking your truth. We've got So Delight coming in. This is for Shane. They're speaking their truth. Nice and clear, working the ear, nose and throat chakra. Your guides are supporting you with having patience because you're about to start to unlock a lot of divine information coming from your past lives. Okay, as you move forward, we have got Smoky Quartz saying, let it go. It's time for you to be the bigger person and just have a bit of a detox, ground yourself, protect your energy and let it go as you move forward because you're moving into a much higher vibration. Yeah. Stop saying the pizza word in the that's a low vibe phrase. Yeah. Okay, so that was for Shane. Would anybody else like a fast crystal reading? I don't know about Richard. What's his face? Are your cousins in that movie? That's so cool. You're welcome, Shane. Thank you for joining us. At some point this week, I'm going to be going on Typical Skeptic podcast. I always seem to get put on after Archie Ra. So I don't know, because he's on again this week. Do you think I'm meant to go on after Archie Ra to cleanse the air? I had a jumper then, and it said, be the bigger person. I don't know. Always take a card, says Will. Okay. No, that's okay, because crystal energies are different. These are messages. Oh, he's on tomorrow. So is that Thursday or is that Wednesday? Wednesday? I'll talk to Rob. Did I miss the show about phrases we say at program? Well, I've talked about it twice. So if you've got one, let me know. Because I'm just generally bringing it up at the moment. If anybody has a phrase that they remember from childhood that was like to put us in our place, to keep us programmed, put that in the chat, because I'm actually doing an analysis right now on phrases from childhood that are potentially mind control. Yeah, I'm here Wednesday, 6:44. So this is for Will. Hey Brenda, how you doing? Greetings from Ireland. Oh, happy St. Patrick's to you. Top of the morning. So this is for Will. So it's having trouble choosing for you with the crystals. So you've got some tricky stuff going on. So when I pull crystal cards, it's looking into energies that are basically supporting your healing, supporting your heart health and transformation. This is what the crystal energies do with us. So when I work with crystal cards, we're tuning into those frequencies. Yes, that's how we raise the vibration quickly on the live. So this is for Will, and it says smoky quartz, let it go, is coming back out. So you're going through a detox right now yourself. Iolite is coming in, and this is like a very pale bluey crystal, saying shift your money mindset, but it could just be shift what's on your mind. Okay, so you're having a detox of your body and mind. Okay, children should be seen, not heard. You know, that's a big one for me right now. That one, I've even written that in my book. I wrote it in my book. Children should be seen and not heard, because I wrote in my book that there was whole periods in my childhood where I just knew I had to be invisible. So I don't remember much about childhood at all. I'm starting to remember that stuff now, like 40 years later. So the period I'm writing my book, there's not a lot about my childhood in there, because I'm in that process of discovery now. This is for Will, and it says, remember your worth. So rhodochrosite's coming forward for you. This is to do with relationships. So you're doing some deep relationship healing. So whether this feels like it's the present, the past, or the parallel, it's all bleeding through into your heart center. So just do some very gentle healing. I'm really promoting salt cleansers at the moment, which shows how bad the energy is on the planet, because I never used to work with halite, and now I'm thinking I just want to go and have a salt bath. I'm going to relax in the salt bath, you know. So that's what's coming in. I'm just going to pick one more card to support you as you do your heart healing work, please. Okay, it's tourmalinated quartz. So there is a need to protect your energy, to ground and to bring in that master healing energy. Okay, it says get out of your own way. Yeah, so just allow yourself to heal, allow yourself to move back into balance, to detox at this moment in time and nurture yourself. So that is for Will. Okay, women should be seen and not heard. Oh, interesting. Handmaid's Tale. Has anybody watched The Handmaid's Tale? Have you seen those women that dress up like the handmaidens and they go and protest? I try not to get into political stuff, but that's a scary sight. When you see women dressed like handmaidens, when you have a problem, Desiree enables you. What is your problem? Is it ice cream? You're welcome, Will. You're welcome. Okay, if anybody else would like a message from the Crystal Kingdom, which is a healing message, so we can see what's going on in your emotional, energetic healing right now, pop a message in the chat. I watched the first season of Handmaid's Tale, but found it way too triggering and had to stop. Yeah, I think I watched 2 seasons. I've not really related that back into the perspective that I have now of the super soldier narrative, so I don't know, I'd want to rewatch it, but it is, for me, I keep coming back to that very first initial point where she goes into the coffee shop and she's got no money. She's not allowed to buy anything. She's not allowed to be out by herself. And suddenly everybody's in place looking at her like they're all weirdos. You know, how did they mobilize so fast? How did they do that? How did they put themselves in place? Oh, the Patriot made you feel it's about super soldier assassin. Doesn't want to kill, just wants to make music. I'm not sure I've seen that. Has anyone else watched The Patriot? Javid, you go shopping. Thanks, pal. Okay, so this card is for Danny. So, what's she doing well? Yeah, it's hard to choose for you today. Oh, wow. Okay, so Danny, you are a light. You are a lighthouse. You are a beacon. You are lighting up the world right now. And when Helena was on and she was talking about, go back and watch the video, guys. She was talking about the light workers and how that when we do things like this, our lights are shining brighter and brighter. And I got the visual of the map and I could see the lights switching on and how there's little clusters of starseeds, clusters of light workers, clusters of light warriors. And we're building a scaffolding network apparently for the light to take hold on the planet. So this is what you're doing well. Bring in the light. As you move forward, you've got your guides coming in. Stay positive. Angelic energies are coming in for you, Danny. And then moving even more forward is embracing change, and it's more golden light. It's phantom quartz, which is a quartz within a quartz. But for me, this reminds me of that golden healer kind of energy. Embrace change. So the more light you bring in, the more you connect to your guides and guardians, that you are a beacon for change in your community. So that is for Danny. Well done. Funny but sound good. Okay. Candy, serious problem started 3 to 4 months ago because it's on a real note. Could use some prayers on trying hard to stop. I'm not the best person to talk to about this kind of thing. Michelle Bond tuned into my Pepsi addiction. I said that there were trillions of contracts between me and the PepsiCo on and off planet. You look for bargain in shopping centre. I do like a good bargain. Here we call them charity shops, and in America you call them Goodwill. I love going in looking for antiques and sound healing tools and things. Might sound odd, but it's an issue. Okay, so sugar. What are you trying to bring in sugar for? Sweetness. What are you trying to? I'm going to ask. Is it okay if I ask the cards a question? For Woo, why have we got this sugar addiction, please? Anything else? Okay. So the reason the sugar addiction is coming in right now is because you've got a deep heart healing that's going on. Okay, you're actually kind of self-soothing in a way because you need to express what's on your heart, what's ready to come forward and be processed, but you're not quite sure how to do that. So this is the obsidian energy. So in the chat last night on the crystal sale, this is why I was saying obsidian is great for grounding and heart healing, because when we work with obsidian, which is just volcanic glass, but there's ones in America like Apache Tears obsidian, where we know that the Apache wives, the widows, they teared into the ground and it formed in there. But I consider all obsidian to have the same oversoul of energy. So very slow and steady, it will show you how to heal your heart. It won't heal it for you, but it will show you and guide you to allow you to do that, okay? And you see there's bands on this as well. So it says heal your heart. So that's what's going on with. It's affecting your ability to speak your truth, to express yourself. So this is where the candy is coming in. It's a self-soothing mechanism. But the guidance from the crystals is tourmalinated quartz again. It's just get out of your own way. Yeah, allow yourself to do this grieving process. Allow yourself to know, okay, I'm going through something and that's why I'm craving the candy. And maybe I'm going to allow myself to have the candy right now, but then when I'm ready, I'll take the time to think, okay, what's really bothering me? What am I not expressing? But for now, I'm just going to protect myself. I'm going to nurture myself because I know that something's going on with me. Freeze grapes or blueberries. You're welcome. Mandarin oranges have been my candy this week. Found a good batch. Oh, when you get a good batch of mandarins, wow. From childhood, frozen grapes. I've not had frozen grapes. What's odd is I eat the crap out of blackberries, blueberries, and strawberries. 4 frozen bags of strawberries, and I'm just out of whack lately. Yeah, you're healing. Something's coming forward to be healed, to be processed. So allow yourself this time. Don't feel bad. Don't be harsh on yourself. This is kind of, we start to punish ourselves in the change in behavior, but we need to just nurture it. The body's trying to tell you something. So sugar's problem's been hijacked and modified. Yeah, in America, your sugar is not like our sugar out here. When you look at the ingredients on packets, ours will be like this, and your ingredients will be like that. So I don't know what's in your stuff over there. Yeah, I love tourmalated quartz as well. So yeah, he did have a good specimen last night when he's talking about those tourmaline rutiles, which are the needles that go through. Where he says, makes sense, having issues either a certain close family member won't stop. Yeah, so it's an opportunity for you to heal. So it might be stress eating, but there's a little bit of self-soothing there. So it's okay to allow your body to feel supported. So yeah, so if something's bothering you, it's going to trigger something else, that maybe something deeper to come forward. James says, a few years ago, I used to sleep with a black obsidian sphere or crystal ball under your pillow. Okay. Do you still do that now? Because we're talking fire energy. When we get into the lower chakras, we're talking fire energy. So you generally wouldn't want that to be near your head for too long a period, because it's more kind of lower chakra area. It's more passionate life force area. So Jason says, I wrote up a whole business plan for your own mini candy company. People make a lot of money with it out here. James doesn't do it anymore. Stress ate a lot last month. Yeah. Yep. Strawberries are a bit of Nutella. Well, I was reading about Nutella. I think it's Ferrero Rocher, and they put bugs in Ferrero Rocher. And then for Mother's Day, I got given a tray of Ferrero Rocher, and I was like, oh god. So, mini candy, obsidian for the lower chakras noted. Yes. So anything that is red, orange, brown, black, that's lower chakra energy. That's grounding. You see a fancy Italian brand of Nutella. That Nutella was not good for you. Yeah, who knows what's good for us anymore. What are you talking about, like pick and mix? Is that like candy corn? I think it's pick and mix candy corn. I'm not, when it's all like different. And here we have Haribo. Is it like Haribo? It's vegan. Okay. Well, somebody put a picture on Facebook, and it was food. It said vegan meatballs. Vegan meatballs. So they put how many vegans died in the making of this product. Oh dear. So yeah, the world is being exposed right now. Look at this light coming in. The sun is rising here, and the sky is completely whited out. There's no sky here in the UK. It is whited out. Look at this beautiful stream of sun trying to make its way in. So really funny. So yeah, you see that sunlight? How cool is that? It'd be nice if I had a sky. So it's being filtered out, but it's still trying to make its way in on our live. Okay, 6:56 a.m. here in the UK. I'm going to finish in a second, I think, because we've been on since like 5 o'clock something. All candy will have weed in it. Oh, yeah, we're being blessed by beautiful light codes, light rays. There you go, guys. One 1:57 a.m. in America. So I love sunlight on my skin when I go outside. I'm going to go outside today. I am. So I need to go check my bins, basically. But I'm going to go outside today. Look at this beautiful blessing of light that's coming in. Nice. Okay. Yes, I'm going to call it a morning, I think. I'm going to go back into meditation and have a think about what's going on in the world. Yesterday I spent like the full day working on my book. I did apply for like 6 jobs, but So, but some of the stuff I'm getting into is like, it's like one of my friends was laughing at me. So I'm looking for jobs as like a security analyst and things like that, and it's the kind of things that I can do. So funny, funny, trying to get in the world. So if I don't get a job, then I know that I'm meant to just continue with my podcast, focus on building the light, bringing in these amazing light codes, and yeah, I hope everyone is okay. Have a good night. Get good rest. And I will see you tomorrow. Today's Wednesday is Awakened Wednesday. I will be on later on, probably. If I can find my book from John Whitberg, I bought one of his books a while back. And then I will do a book review on volume 1 of The Man in the Periwinkle Eyes if I can find it. If not, I may do a book review on Ivan Teller's book later today. We will see. I'll have a look and see what other books I've got here, actually. But has anybody read the book by Tyler Koala, from Journey to Truth? Has anybody read that book? Does anybody think I should do a review on that book? And if anyone can send me some tips, I will buy that book because it's here on Amazon. It's only about £12. But he and I may have a bleed through. I have had one vision of him in a lab, because I was listening to him talking one time on a podcast, and he said he was a scientist. And my mind showed me, no, it's not exactly what he thought he was. So there's slight bleed through overlay there in his memory. But I am interested to think, should I read the book or not? Let me know what you guys think. If anybody's read his book, let me know if you thought it was any good or whatever. But thank you so much for joining me. I do have a discount on my website right now. We can use the coupon code SUBSTACK to save 30% off the services tab with me, which is for one-to-one readings. J-seal removals and things like that are also a service I do provide, but it takes a good 2 to 3 hours. And we do a lot of coaching and talking through the entire process as well. So it's not just a kind of like I'm whipping things in and out of your body. We do that process together, which is why it's a bit more in the higher price range, but you can get a 30% discount. You see him in a white lab coat with a glass tablet. I see him as a lab assistant, basically, not as a scientist. Yeah, because I ran labs. So, and I know that to be true. So, and there's different versions of me in different roles and stuff like that. So I've even got labs where there's multiple versions of me in the same lab, which is very uncomfortable. There's a lab with me and Drago running the lab, different versions, not him, you. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so there's many versions of me with lab coat on. Yes, unfortunately. I would like to tune in more to my super soldier aspect, but the science version of me is one that's come forward first because it's not as harsh. And so when I tune into myself in Nightwaffen, I'm a scientist and I can step into that body and see what she's up to. She's fascinated with her work, and her work is awful, but she's fascinated by it. It's like really curious kind of feeling, and there's like a hyperfixation. So like every now and then I'll tune into that version. I call her Ella. Yeah. But there's a new version that I've named that is the one that maybe Christy knows. And I think her name might be Erin. So we will see. I wonder where this Kruger stuff's going to lead. Yeah, I'm very interested because I can't unlock my Kruger files. Whenever I've tried to do that with Sean Bond, he said that there is a warning on that information in the records and there is pain of death of me accessing that information. And he said to me, but it's okay, you know how to counteract death programming and suicide programming, right? And this is like a year ago. I'm like, no, Sean, no, I don't know how to do those things. And he's like, oh, well, maybe we better stick a pin in it for later. Well, twice I've tried to get him to access my Kruger information, and both times he's come back and he's like, ding, 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 ding. Yeah, there's a massive warning here. So that's some of the stuff I'm most targeted for, is the Kruger stuff. P-Dog, yeah, we hear you. Bring back those asylums. Yes. Let's see. So you woke up hollering. Yeah, I mean, Kruger, they did a lot of augmentation. So, we always hear that one that John Whitberg talks about was and Drago talks about as well. They take off the arm and they put a Gatling gun in its place and all that kind of stuff. And Nuskin talks about they go through this process where they're on a conveyor belt and they're getting all their limbs changed and everything, and there's no anesthetic. You're wide awake for that. So so it's weird shit. So even though I do identify as being in those programs, for me, I'm only tuned into the cloning program right now, which we're calling the Orphan Black program because we don't know what it's actually called. But it's the Orphan Black TV show. It's based on the Kruger cloning program. So I don't know what, other than the merge, which is the Monarch Umbrella Refugee Group, which was a Kruger program. I've got one clear memory of me and Merge right now. But Drago Reed's coming on Typical Skeptic on Monday, so I'm hoping I'll learn more about myself. So he talks about me, not to me, when it comes to that kind of thing. So he'll say it publicly and just put it out there, and I'm sitting there writing notes because he's talking about me as well. So I'm like, oh, yeah. Drake, if you're watching, I love you. And so yeah, he does watch things occasionally. I have to be careful. And so yeah, so I'm interested to see. At some point, I will do a video with him at some point. We did do that one video, which is on my channel, when we were interviewed by Bob Osborne in December at the Disclosure Conference in the UK. Draco and I did a video. But I was very nervous because I don't like being interviewed, and I don't mind being interviewed by Rob because he's like a friend, a pal, and then we've got our own way of working. Yeah, you and shocked when he said 1 million altars. Yeah. Well, I mean, initially for me, he said 10,000 because it was what my higher self would allow me to know. So sometimes Sean filters the information through your higher self. Yeah. And then when the ACIO told me it was closer to 24 billion altars, then Sean went back and did a check and he said, yeah, I agree. So it's like Sean sugarcoats some things for us. And he's not being mean doing that. He's trying to be respectful. So, and I get it. He tried to ease me into things last year. Unfortunately, I'm writing about it right now. When I had a consultation with Sean in February last year, I'm going to rewatch that video because within like 10 minutes of the video, he broke open my world. Right? Oh, so you're targeted. Oh, you're Milab. Oh, you got clones. Oh, you got alters. Oh, you're super soldiers. Oh, you're Montauk. And I just like that. I'm just sitting there like, sorry? What? So in that moment, he just completely crashed my entire reality. And it might as well have been glass mirrors shattering around me. That's how bad it was. And that's why they can do it so much, because of the Time Lord DNA. Yes. We are time dilated consciousness. Yes. Yes. So, okay, I'm going to leave it there before I get too depressed. Yeah, there's a lot going on. So I'm trying to write volume 1 of my book and volume 2 of my book right now. And great story. Yeah. Honestly, Jerry, trying to write it out is too hard. It's too hard. So I'm having to write multiple books at the same time because there's just so much weird shit that I know. And then when I was trying to write about clones and dyads, I'd already written so much that I'm going through all my notes and I'm thinking, wow, this could be like 10 pages on like relationships between super soldier energies, working as one, and all that kind of stuff. I've got too much information on it. I just wish I knew. I wish I had some of the memories that Drago's got of me, because he's got an entire lifetime of memories of me and him, and but he won't share them with me. He's just expecting me to get my own memories, and then I guess we can talk about it. But so yeah, so I'm excited for him to come on. But I will be on Typical Skeptic hopefully at some point this week, and then I'll update everybody with what's going on with me, things that I've been noticing in the world. And but I love doing these lives with you guys, so thank you so much for joining me. It's 7:06 a.m. here in the UK. And thank you very much. I will be back on probably in about 12 hours or more if I can. But I am writing at the moment. I am going to be a published author at some point. Last year I was writing 3 different books and they never went anywhere. I even sent a chapter off to an editor in our community. And but this time I'm just going to offload everything that's in my awareness onto the paper, and we'll see what comes out of it. So you guys might have to push me. I was also working on 2 different card decks last year. And there's another card deck that's in my awareness, an oracle deck that's about sigil based. So I wish some of these questions we get. So welcome. This channel is Anchorhaven. It's all things mystical wellness. We look into the weird and wonderful. So yes, do not come here give me loads of crap on my own channel if you are not in our awareness. If you're not at that vibe, then this is going to seem really crazy to you, and that's not our problem. But you are very welcome. So thank you so much for joining me. Look at all these light coats right now. So, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks.